Hi everyone, this video is going to be an overview on high knee squeezes. So this is a kind of hip range opener. It's primarily for your ability to do hip flexion. Oftentimes the hip flexors are so tight they cannot comfortably fire past a 90-degree position, right? So this is a really good movement if you're struggling to get your hip past this 90-degree point, right? To get it up beyond that. So two different ways to do this. If you're feeling not super comfortable with your one-legged balance, right, go up against the wall. I'm going to demonstrate that one first. So you're up against the wall, your feet are slightly forwards, about a foot or so. Head's in contact with the wall, your pelvis is in contact with the wall. Right, those are the two really key points. And then you're going to shift over slightly. So you're kind of more centered onto one foot. And then you take your other leg, you lift it off the ground, and you get it up as high as you comfortably can, right? I'm going to just pretend it's here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab right under your knee, and then squeeze. Nice big exhale, drive, and then let go, and then slowly lower, right? So don't worry if with that let go you can't maintain the position if it falls. That's totally right and kind of expected. The goal is to just put it into a more flexed position and try to get those muscles to hold as you slowly lower it, right? When you want to do the other leg, you shift over slightly. Same thing, up, squeeze, let go, down. It's really important to get a deep exhale as you squeeze, because that will cue that internal bracing, which helps stabilize your hips and your pelvis and actually usually lets you get more hip range. If you want to do this standing, right, if you're very comfortable with your balance, it's basically the same movement. Up nice and tall, little bend on that standing leg, right, maintaining glute tension. Very important to maintain glute tension on that standing leg. So push that hip forward slightly, because if you lose that, then you're stabilizing with your back. You don't necessarily want to do that when you're trying to crank on your leg. So you're up here again. Find that point when it doesn't come up any higher. If that is that 90-degree point, totally fine, right? You want to reach forwards and grab it. Now, if you have to round the back, to do that, that's totally all right. You just want to, as you're pulling, really make sure you're getting back up into that nice upright posture. And then squeeze. Nice big exhale. Let go. And slowly lower. Right, do that from the front, nice and tall, up, grab, squeeze. So in this position, your glutes firing real strong, let go, and slowly lower. And that is how you do the hip squeezes. It's really good to get in that hip range and firing the hip flexor up in that higher points. So it's a good thing to try to do tests and retests. As you're doing it, seeing if you're actually increasing your functional range with this. So you can be like, oh, I can get my leg up to here, wherever that is. And then you do the squeezes a few times on that leg, and then you be like, oh, I can get it a little higher. Because the nice thing about that quick feedback that this often gives is it's very gratifying. It's really nice to feel like, hey, this is having an impact. So, you know, if that's something that you're interested in, if you're seeing like, oh, it's nice to know that there's an impact to this, it's feeling good. It's also good to really get that glute activity on that other leg. So try and make sure you're focusing on that, because both of those aspects are very important. So I think that's about it. Enjoy.